Hello, welcome to Soulprint Insights. So, um, these are kind of tough times that we're living in. They really are, right? I mean, you have political unrest, you have economic uncertainty, you have, people who have reached a threshold of tolerance and just are now pushing back because they can no longer be treated the way they have been treated. You have COVID. So there's a lot going on that makes, um, our day-to-day reality a little bit difficult. When you talk to spirit, they're very quick to tell you that, the earth is supposed to be your playground. It's where you come to experience and enjoy physicality. Because, of course, in our true form, we are energy. And so, we reincarnate, we come to a physical place so that we can experience our lives in a physical way. And so that's terrific, I guess, if we're all experiencing wonderful and happy things. But if we're not, it kind of makes you wonder. So, a while ago, I released this and I'm going to share it again. It's the question that I put to Masudius was simple. It was, why? Why, if the earth is supposed to be our playground, does it often feel so difficult and painful to be here? And, I got an answer that was fascinating then and it remains fascinating now. And I hope that you enjoy and perhaps find some comfort or assistance, guidance, insight into what I'm going to share with you now. So, put my little peepers on and let's get at it here. Okay, so why, if the earth is supposed to be our playground, does it often feel so difficult and painful to be here? Here's the answer. Our dear and cherished souls. These are times of profound spiritual growth and understanding, and times of great suffering and tragedy. Yet, this has always been so on the earth plane. The energy is dense and heavy, a place of such abundance and such lack, a place of brilliant acts of love and devotion and of incomprehensible acts of cruelty and disregard. It is the nature of the polarities. For there to be one, there then must be its opposite. I think sometimes people think that it should just always be wonderful and sunshiny and happy, and we want to live in like a utopia. And I get that. Like, we all get that, okay? But the reality is that here on this planet, in this time and space, it really is about understanding both sides of the same coin, being able to see something from a variety of perspectives. And frankly, that space and place that feels more like utopia is where we hang out when we're not here. It's like you can't have it in both places, although they do say as above, so below. But we definitely are a reflection of the heavier environment that we live in, that it sometimes seems, I think, very difficult to find, a space and a place that we can hold on to that doesn't feel so difficult. Allow me to continue. It is, however, the soul's agenda to learn that energy is energy. It's not positive, it's not negative. However, in learning this truth, the realization must come that, though not positive or negative, it is far from benign. Energy is in a continuous state of expansion. That very expansion is what allows for continued growth. This is what prevents stagnation, and in stagnation, decay. The soul, individually, communally, and globally, is in an ongoing quest to create an environment where harmony becomes the baseline. In the creation of this idea, the energy of the earth will become less dense and heavy. It will, in fact, become lighter, brighter, and the vibration will rise. This rising vibration would then transform the energy and create an environment that would be able to be home to beings of higher vibrations. So again, this is connected. The answer, they're weaving the answer into recognition of the fifth dimension shift that we are now experiencing and is going to move forward for some time until the shift is complete. This would then allow for the evolution of you and yours to be able to contain physical form, but still be able to vibrate at a high enough level that that which is now behind the veil is not only visible but accessible. But in fact, both vibrations will join together to create a whole new vibration. Atlantis tried, and they were unable to increase their vibration. Sorry, that's wrong. Atlantis tried, but they were able to increase their vibration. But lower energy forms were strong enough that those energies prevented a joining. And instead, Atlantis continues on in another dimension because that civilization that we refer to as Atlantean was effectively destroyed. Higher energy patterns than the Earth, but not high enough to create a new whole. That's what happened there. That's what was created. And so understanding that energy is not benign makes it that much more important that you realize that you hold yourself in a place where the energy that is being created by your thoughts and your deeds and your actions is a strong, powerful, light-filled energy. There's an intellectual understanding that we are all one, that we come from one source. There is the belief that the soul is indestructible and cannot die. But while most can agree with these truths, there continues to be an ongoing struggle for the right to be the right. By its very definition, that then means there must be a wrong. This then prevents the return to a place where energy is pure energy, neither right nor wrong, neither negative or positive. This is the struggle that has occupied the earth for eons. The ego has its purpose, and a very important purpose. It is a part of what defines you. However, there is an energy that is amplifying that wants to have me define you to you. I guess in this day and age, sometimes we can actually call that gaslighting. This is never going to work because this is in direct opposition to every soul's greatest reality, that free will trumps all. There is inherent in all the spark of divine that is continually attempting to raise their own and others' vibrations. This is the best of the human condition. This is what affords us empathy, compassion, and love. This is the energy that embraces the positive in self and others. This is the purpose that brought forth the indigos, the crystals, and the rainbows. The earth is in a precarious state. It has been stripped too fast of its life-giving and affirming resources. It cannot survive unless the vibrational energy is increased to a level that will assist in global healing. Hold on, I have a frog in my throat. Understand that energy must be joined with action and intention to make manifest this kind of change. There is a wave of high intensity energy souls who are working knowingly and unknowingly to heal the damage done. While each soul has its own soul print, it also carries within the soul print of global growth and rebirth. That is why the young adults of Earth are tackling issues and situations that were ignored or not considered important previously, and that despite the hard work of the hippie generation, who of course planted the seeds for that sort of empathetic love and inclusivity that we still are trying to achieve. These souls, these new souls, are charged with hope and a plan to create this healing and vibrational energy surge so that there can be a whole new level of understanding and a higher vibration that has never existed on the planet Earth before. These amazing souls come already comfortable and able to function at this higher vibration, and they are joining together in an attempt to have love simply override hate, to have the energy vibration transcend its current level. These returning young people have and are arriving equipped with knowledge and understanding unknown on the earth before. They work with all levels of energy forms, and understanding that we are of one. They know we are of one, and they are determined to show us that we can become one. Heaven and earth united as one. We remain at this time Masudius. So, I guess the short answer to the question is because the reason it can very often be difficult is like for a multitude of reasons. But probably one of the most primary ones that we have the most impact, we have the ability to control, is our thoughts and our actions and our deeds, and making sure that they are a reflection of our highest selves, our better angels. It is really, really important that we understand that very often the things that we see as tragedy are in place as it was desired on some level, when the soul was creating its soul print, and because we can't always know, in fact, we don't really ever know, consciously, our soul print, the plan, the tapestry that we wanted to weave in this one lifetime, which of course is connected to all the other ones, but let's try to stay on topic here, Cyndy. Because we don't know it. We only know the reality of this life, that things that are sometimes hard can be made more difficult if we view what has happened as, being punished or bad karma or a victim. If there is the knowledge and the awareness that things continue to change and evolve, and our very thoughts, our actions, our deeds can help create a change moving forward that takes us from a difficult place to a better place. And that doesn't mean that everything hard in our life just vanishes. What it does mean, though, is that we have a way to look at it, a way to handle it, to cope with it, to process it, that is lighter, that we understand that we can shift the energy of something literally by shifting the way we think about it. It's been said so many times, and it remains brutally true, that the earth really, really is heavier and dense, far heavier and more dense than our true selves, our soul energy. And so it's one of the prices we pay, if you will, for the physicality. One of the costs of that is that we are then in a physical body that is destructible. It can get broken. It can get damaged. It can cause us great pain. It can also, of course, cause us tremendous joy. So it's both sides of a single coin. A lot of people, and I've said this several times, but it bears repeating, a lot of people who are on the planet right now are specifically here because they are part of a group that is working very diligently to raise the vibration and take this planet into the fifth dimension. But they realize, just subconsciously, they know that once that happens, their work on the planet Earth really, really is wrapped up. They accomplished the sort of global goal that they were trying to accomplish. So, what does that mean? Well, realistically, it means that a great many of us are not going to be returning to the planet in physical form for another physical lifetime. Are we going to go to other planets that are at a higher vibration and achieve physical form there? Absolutely, because this thing goes on and on and on. All right. It's not like at some point you ascend and then you just, hang out there. At some point you get bored and you want to come back. You want to return to physical form. But the point is that because we are in physical form, it is an understanding, an awareness that we're moving forward from this space. And so for a lot of us, we chose to have a lot of loose ends, if you will, tied up in this lifetime. So it's not unusual when you meet a light worker, a healer, a psychic, etc., that realm. They've had really hard lives. Things have been tough for them. It's not because they are some sort of a light worker that their life is blessed. It's actually made harder because we hold a more powerful energy, we hold a more powerful light, and we have chosen that we want to wrap things up on this particular plane because we really don't want to come back here again. We've evolved and moved forward to a place where we really want to be in a different galaxy, in a different universe, in, you know, in a different room in God's mansion, however you want to say it, however you want to think about it. So what it means is that day by day, we are grateful for our blessings. We realize that things can be difficult and hard, and that is when we reach out to Spirit for help and guidance and assistance. And we recognize that every day we weave this incredible tapestry that is our Soulprint's journey. And it's the story of the evolution of our soul, not only here, but in all dimensions and in all times. That's a lot to absorb, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you ever so much for joining me here at Soulprint Insights. And until next time, stand in your energy and stand in your light. Bye-bye.